Hello everyone, it's Laura here, and today we are working on the Colormorphia page by Kerby Rosanes. And I have little Miss Abby here in my arms. She really wanted to investigate the desktop today because I have out some examples of metals that we're going to be looking at today. So, hello Kenny, welcome. Thanks for coming. How are you doing this morning? So for all of those of you who are new, who are watching this back, my name is Laura and I am an illustrator who also loves to color. And we will be working on this page here in our Tuesday live stream series for probably quite some time. So today we will be working in Polychromos. These are the Faber Castell Polychromos 120 set. Oh, okay, Abs. See you later. All right, the little kitty decided to go back to her food bowl. Hi, Bridget. Welcome. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for coming. Hello, hello. Thank you all for coming this morning. I hope you're doing well. Today it is very rainy and kind of funny lights. I hope that this is showing up okay for you guys. So in prep for today's live stream, hi Selena, welcome. Hello, hello. All right, so in preparation for today's stream, I thought it would be really fun. So before we get started, I just want to kind of explain to you where my head's at with what we're going to be doing today. So we had done a metals tutorial a while ago on my channel, and it's this page here, and we did a whole bunch of other metals. So if I'm doing a metal that isn't appealing to you and you want to do something else, I do have this metal coloring tutorial, which you can find in the description below of this video. And you can follow along with a different color if you prefer. But I was looking at this and it reminds me of one of those old antique clockworks from like the 1800s. And so what I thought I would do is I do a lot of sculpture. I do a lot of steampunk sculpture in my spare time. And so what I have is actually an assortment here of items which I've collected over time, of different examples of clockworks that I have just in my studio laying around. I figured I'd bring those out so you guys can have real life examples of different things that we're going to be talking about. So when I was looking at the clockworks that I have, I was interested in the pieces from, hi Darla, hello, welcome, and Dee Dee, hello, hello, thanks for coming guys. Good morning. I hope you all are doing awesome, and I hope you're recovering from the February event. Oh my goodness. So where was I? Oh yeah. So I was looking at clockwork pieces. So I take apart old clocks from the 1800s, and I was looking at the pieces that come out of those clocks, and they are mostly brass and this silver color. I don't think this is actually silver, but it's like a silver color. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of these pieces that come out of the clocks, just so you kind of have an idea. This is like a post, because we have some little posts going on. Oh, come on, come out of here. So they're both like a metallic silver color with these pieces. You can see there's a brass piece on the end of this. And these are really old. These are from a clock from the 1800s. So you can see the bolt is brass, but the post is silver. And I have a plate here. This guy says he is made in West Germany, Mason and Sullivan. So they're like these old wall clocks and grandfather clocks that I just take apart. I bought them, they don't work anymore, and I bought them from an old watchmaker locally. And here's some really kind of cool pieces here. So you can see that they're mixed metal. And so when I was looking at these, I thought, you know, that would be kind of cool to like mix my metals here in this particular coloring page. Hi Rosemary. Hi Patty. Hello, hello. Awesome. Okay, but and I wanted to show you, this is one of my favorites. So this is like, I think this is part of like a musical, like, you know how they make music? Look at that, isn't that cool? When you turn the gear, the thingy, boop, boop. They all go, okay, sorry, I'm just really silly about these things. Okay, I just thought I would show you guys. Thanks for coming, Rosemary. Welcome to Watch Quietly. Let's see, I love my lurkers. And this is one of the springs that come in those big clocks. Now, I have deactivated the spring. If you are taking apart one of these old clocks, I just want to warn you that you can hurt yourself very badly if you don't know what you're doing. So what I did is I actually got training from that local watchmaker, clockmaker, to learn how to safely disassemble these clocks. So if you're going to do this, make sure you get a little bit of training first on how to deactivate the spring, so that way you don't hurt yourself. Just wanted to put that in there as a caveat in case anybody gets any ideas. But then I also have examples. This is a new, you know, this is like a pocket watch that actually works, and I bought it new, and it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a cheaply made one, but it has a great example here of shiny, let's see if like you can actually see what I'm doing here. Yeah, like shiny interior pieces. So this is an example of how they would look if they were newer. You can see the little mechanism working in there. So this guy is actually a working piece. So I bought this for a costume a long time ago. And then here's an example of an older clock that doesn't have, it's not working. This is from the early 1920s. And you can see the interior is actually mostly a silvery color. Let's see here. Good morning, Sammy. Yeah, Kenny, it's fascinating to me. I really do like taking things apart and seeing how they work. I don't know why. So as an artist, I find that a lot of the times I'm an investigator. I'm a little bit of a sleuth, and I try and look at things in person and figure out how they look. So you can see, even though this clock, or this pocket watch rather, is from the 1920s, it's still fairly shiny. It's a little bit dirty, but it's still fairly shiny. So when I was looking at all these pieces, I kind of, and look at this here, here, let me bring it up close and see if you guys can see the detail in this. Hold on, let me focus. Let's see if this will. So you see the filigree. Oh, come on, focus, buddy. Come on, focus. Oh man, this is gonna be a problem. There we go. So I don't know if you guys can see the filigree around the edge of this. It's a really pretty old clock or watch. So this is the kind of thing that I think would be really cool for some of the detail in this piece. So there's where I'm getting all my inspiration from. I'm just looking at some things that I have laying around. So I'll just keep these over here to the side so that you guys can kind of take a look at them as we go. Yeah. Hello, Sammy. I think I said that already. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, it is so pretty. So I love the detail that Kerby has here. So I was kind of, when I looked at this page, I was thinking about these pieces that I have, and I was like, you know, it'd be really cool to do like a mixed metal piece. So what we're going to do today, we're just going to start. I'm sure we're not going to be able to finish, but we're just going to get started on the clockwork pieces. So my inspiration is brass and silver, but if you want to do a different color metal, I've linked in the description below my metal coloring tutorial where you can find all sorts of colors, not just brass and silver. All right, let me take a sip of water. Does anybody have any questions before? Sammy. Hi, Zelie, welcome. Well, that's why I thought I'd show them on camera, so that way you guys can get a real life look at these things and see what I'm seeing. So wait, I'll leave out, let's see. I thought I would share. So we'll leave out some bits and bobs, so that way you guys can get inspiration too. But you can see these aren't, they're shiny, but they're not like, the older pieces are not like super duper. Let's see if I can get one that lays flat. No, I don't have any that lay flat. They're shiny, but they have like a patina to them from being old. But I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards this being a newer clock. Oh, this isn't gonna stay. There we go. Oh, here. See if he can catch some light. There we go. I was thinking about making this sort of a newer type, shinier piece, as if it had just been made and now it's floating out into space. That's sort of what I'm going for. Good morning. Hello. Okay, so without any further ado, we're going to get started. Now, when I did the metal coloring tutorial a while ago, I did not have the full set of Polychromos. I only had a smaller selection. But since then, we have gotten the full set. A lovely supporter of the channel actually gifted us, so now we have a lot more colors to work with. But if you do have that limited set that I have, you can always follow along. I do have a brass and a silver option in the other set, and we're going to use very similar colors, so that's great. Maybe just a few differences. So I'm just looking here. I think I'm going to start with the, let's see here. Let's start with something easy just to get us going, and then we'll kind of work our way up to all this inner detail. I think that's a good way to start. So let's get warmed up here. I'll start with this gear here. It's off to the side. It's not part of the main action. And I kind of want this gear to be darker because see what's happening is the light, oh no, this might be a problem. Okay. The light looks like it's coming from the top down. I'm just looking at the way that Kerby put in the shadows and stuff in the drawing. The light looks like it's coming from the top down. So this here will catch some light, but it's going to be in a lot of shadow because it's behind this main clock figure, and there's a lot of other stuff that might be casting shadows. So let's work on that, and I'm going to make that a brass gear. I think. Yeah, let's make it a brass gear. Awesome, Patty. Thanks for coming. Hi, Kyle and Linda. Good morning. Hi, Nanamo. Hello, hello. And if I missed anybody in the chat, I'm very sorry. Go ahead and feel free to put a shout or to put your hello in all caps so I can see it. Okay, we're going to see if I can focus on this. So the first color I'm going to start with, if it will focus. Hello. Hey, it's 177. This is Walnut Brown. Thank you guys for bearing with me as I try and work my camera. Always a fun thing there. Oh, thank you, Sammy, for the link. Yep, and that's in the description too if you're watching after the fact. Okay, so I'm going to start here in the corner. And you guys know I like to work in an inconspicuous area first. Let's zoom in. Zoomy, zoomy. So that way we get a better view. Let's see, maybe a little bit more even. Alright, is that focused? Let's just make sure. Yep. Okay. Just checking. Hi Dorothy, welcome. Thanks for coming. Hi Bridget. I think I said hi before, but if not, I'm sorry. Alright. Hello. So we're going to start here in the corner. I'm just going to kind of get used to how these pencils work on this paper. I don't think I've worked with polys in any of Kerby's books yet. So by working in a kind of a dark area where I'm not too worried about how it looks, we're gonna get comfy and familiar with it. So I'm just going to layer, and this page may take a while. I know polys do take more layering and less burnishing. So we're just going to have fun and do this series, and you guys can follow along with me if you like, or you can just work on your own coloring pages, whatever you're working on. Alright. So I love Kerby's work, so this is really fun that we're going to do this together. And I've already seen some people doing the background. And if you guys post on Instagram, you tag me, I will feature you in my stories. So you can also keep an eye out in my stories for any of those that are finished. But yeah, there's a couple people who already, I guess, were inspired by the background and just went to town. It was really cool to see. I love it when people show me what they do. It's so much fun. But you don't have to tag me. I'm just saying, if you do, I'll feature you. If I see it, it goes in my story. But yeah. So much fun. So I have here a fairly sharpened tip, and the reason why is this is a lot of little tight detail in here, and that's just how this page is going to be. So luckily my pencils were fairly sharp before I started, so we should be okay. Yeah, there were a couple people who've done it already, Sammy, and I was so surprised. I guess, you know, they just liked the background, which is cool. So, I'm really glad that this background is approachable. I was kind of worried about doing paint in my book, thinking nobody would do it, but I'm glad to be wrong. So what I've done here is I've actually created a cast shadow, and I've done that just by kind of echoing the shape of this flower and doing it right below, because again the light source is coming from the top. That's what we've kind of determined from looking at Kerby's work. So I'm going to start doing that now with each of these leaves, and by establishing the shadows before we even really work on the gear itself, makes it a whole lot easier to see where it's going to be dark. Alright, and there's also some little bits of this gear, I'm going to just make those dark, just at the edges there. Okay, let's see here. Awesome, Dorothy. Well, I'm glad that you like following along. And yeah, luckily if you get behind or whatever, don't worry, because we always have playback, so that's good. So now I'm going to determine, let's see, where do I want, I'm going to move these out of the way because I'm going to keep bumping them. Where do I want my shine to go? Let's see, so if it's coming from the top, then I'm going to make my dark area right here. So I'm just going to start shading, and I'm using a light touch just to kind of get a sense of where it'll be. So if I don't like it, I can erase it or cover it up real easy. So I'm holding my pencil far back in order to get a light layer. Let's see if you guys can see. Yeah, so I'm holding it like right here, and I'm using sort of the flat of this instead of the point. And by doing that, it lays down more color at once, and it also is just a lot easier to get a light touch. And sometimes it feels a little funny at first when you're holding your pencil this way, but I promise you, you do get used to it. It took me quite some time to get used to holding my pencil this way, but I find it does work really, really well for stuff like this. So I don't even know if you guys can see this. Is it a little too bright? Okay, Sammy. Let's turn down the bright. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's fine. The brightness. Here we go. Yes, that is better. Now you can see it a little better. Okay. Sorry, adjusting the camera a little. Hi, Barb. Welcome. Yeah, I love the blues and purples. I think it worked really well for this. Hi, Vicky. Welcome. Let's see, who else is here? Hi, Robin. Good morning. Let's see, I'm just checking the chat. Okay, we're good. I think I said hello to everyone. So what we're going to do, we have this leaf here has some shadow to him. And so now that I want more control and more pressure, I'm holding my pencil closer to the tip here. So if you want more pressure and more control, hold your pencil sort of the way you do as if you were writing. And this isn't, you know, there's no real rules in art. I'm just giving some tips. And then if you want a lighter pressure and less control, so it's a little bit harder to put the pencil exactly where you want it, but you get better at this over time, then hold your pencil further back like I am here. But it really does help with the keeping your touch light. I get that question asked all the time, so I figured I would just cover it while I'm doing this. Abby girl, what are you doing? Hi. Are you gonna come up here? You wanna sit on my chair? Come here. No? She's just looking at me like, what are you doing? Alright, so yeah, I'm fairly happy with the placement of this shadow. Make sure to get the little spokes or not spokes, but you know what I mean. The little bits. The bits at the end. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Tara. Oh, welcome. All right. Hello. Well, thank you for coming to the chat. It's nice to meet you. Abby girl, what do you want? Oh, you want to play? Abby wants to play. Hold on, let me throw her a toy really quick. You want to play? Here. Get that one. Sometimes all you need to do is throw her a toy and she's real happy. We'll see if that works. All right. Cute little cat. All right. So now I'm deepening up and just layering this shadowy bit. All right. So I think you guys can see. Now the lighter the layers and the more layers you put down, the softer and the easier it is to get a nice smooth transition. Of course you can go in heavier right from the get-go, but you guys know me by now. I am quite a layering and soft touch kind of colorist. There's no right or wrong way to do this though. I'm just going to show you the way I do it, but don't be upset if it's not your way. That's totally cool. Alright, so the other bit of the shadow is actually going to be behind here, but there is this little section of gear. I'm going to press harder and just put that in shadow. There's also a little bit right here that I'm going to assume is that gear as well. Boop. And now there's also this big shape here. Hi, was that not good enough? You want to come here? You want to say hi? Sorry guys, I don't know what she wants. Hi. Hi, cutie. Come here. No? Okay. There's also this larger size piece here, the big clock. So I'm going to put a shadow behind there as well. Alright, just to kind of give it a little bit of a pop, some contrast back there. Okay, so invisible mode, nice Barb, I wish I could do that. Alright. Lurk mode, that's totally cool. You guys know I love my lurkers, so... Alright guys, so now that I have all those shadows, excuse me, oh man. Now I have all the shadows marked out on this here. Now we can start laying in more color. I'm just going to kind of layer yet another layer of darkness right here in the middle. And kind of get more contrast and more depth on this gear. Oh man, I love gears, guys. We're gonna be gearheads for this one. Lots and lots of gears. So I'm going for this being a shiny new piece, but brass is still not even the shiniest, newest stuff. Brass has some bright tones to it, but it's not as bright as, say, gold is. So the next color that I'm going to swap to is, let's see if I can get this to focus. Never-ending struggle. This guy here is 180, which is, oh man, it went out of focus. Raw umber. There we go. Okay, well, I'm gonna list all of the the colors in the description below after the video. Getting this guy to focus is quite a task, especially on those gold letters. Alright. Hello, Jen. Welcome. Hello. Oh, well, I can't claim credit for the drawing itself. We are working in an adult coloring book. This is Colormorphia. I don't know if you guys can see this. By Kerby Rosanes. And what we're doing is we just finished, excuse me, I bumped the camera. We just finished the background. We did that with acrylic paint. And now we're going to color in the metal bits. So yeah, I don't want to make anybody think that I've drawn this. This is not my work. Okay, so we're going to use 180, which is raw umber, and now I'm just going to start layering over the walnut brown we just put down. Let's see. Yeah, it is a stunning book. I totally agree. Oh. I'm not sure, Patty. That's a great question. I'm not sure what books polys work best in because I don't use them that often. This is really the first time I'm using them in a Kerby book. And yeah, we're just giving it a go. What I would recommend doing if you're not sure and you want to test out a page, I would just go, like, Kerby's books have a section in the back, although this one doesn't actually. But you could do like the back page of a book, or some of them have like practice, or you know, find the answers pages for, in the case of most of Kerby's books. So you could try your pencils on something like that. And for other books, I tend to just pick a page that I know that I'm not interested in coloring, you know, for whatever reason. If the subject matter isn't my style or something like that, then I just choose that page and kind of make it my tester page, if you will. So if you're not sure how your materials will work in your books, my best suggestion is just to test it out. So I am using a little more pressure here, but not too much. But we're just trying to lay down this color over the walnut brown. And I really like this color for brass. I think it works really well. So I am getting a feel for the paper with these pencils. I think layering is definitely the key. Hi Jody, welcome. How are you doing this morning? Hello, hello. Patty, I'm the same way. And that's okay. Being a slow colorist or a fast colorist, there's no right or wrong. However you want to do it is fine with you. And if my videos are too slow for people, you can always speed it up after the fact. If you're watching this back, there's that speed option. If you go to the little gear wheel, if you hover over the video, not the gear wheel in the book, but there's a gear wheel on YouTube where you can go and change the settings There's a playback speed option, and you can speed me up. So that's kind of fun. I talk really funny when I'm sped up. I only watched it once, and I was like, oh no, I can't watch this. But you can mute me. Anyway, so yeah, if I go too slow, then you can always do that. But I don't think there's any right answer. I think it's whatever makes you happy, whatever speed works for you, that's the way to do it. Me personally, I also work very slow. I just find it to be very meditative and relaxing, and I don't find any reason why I should hurry up. Because guys, this is just for fun, right? I mean, we're just enjoying ourselves with our book. Oh, Jody. Your medal doesn't look like cookies, you silly goose. You're funny. Although now I want cookies. Maybe I should have had breakfast first. Oh man, cookies. Well, I'm not gonna have cookies for breakfast. That will not start my day off the right way. So I'm just going over some of the shadows over here with this color and kind of extending them out a little bit. So going over, yeah, my tummy just rumbled. Now I'm hungry. Thanks, Jody. Yeah. That's okay. I'll eat some breakfast after the show. And so, yeah, I'm just extending out that color, and you see it gets deeper and richer when I layer this over that walnut brown we put down. And it also gives it that golden, brassy tone that we're looking for. So yeah, we're going to be layering. We're going to be here for probably at least a month or two working on this page together, because we only do it once a week. So, and if I feel like it's going too slow, then we can do 2-hour sessions. We'll see how it goes, but I kind of like keeping them to an hour. I find that they're a little bit easier to watch back, I think. So we'll see. Alright. I'm really happy with how that's starting to look. Cookies! Yes. Jen, you can blame Jody for the cookies. Actually, Robin, that's a great question. I am working on a conversion chart at the moment. Now I'm not finished it yet, but I will have a poly to Prisma conversion chart available at some time in the future. I don't have a whole lot of free time at the moment, but I am working on it here and there when I can. So you can look forward to that, and when I do have it ready, I will post a link in the bottom of all these videos, so future people might already have it available. Yeah, and I will, make that a free download that you can just go ahead and check out. But for the moment, I do not. I'm not sure who else might have one, but if anybody does know of a conversion chart, I'm doing a conversion chart for actually all of my pencils, so that's why it's taking some time. Because I'm just going through every single pencil brand that I have and trying to convert them for you guys. So that way, no matter what brand you have, hopefully in the future you can follow along. But this does take some time to do. It's not a quick process. Let's see. Awesome, Kenny. Thank you. Hi, Sammy. Welcome back. Let's see here. You're a pen and watercolor artist. Awesome. I love all mediums, honestly. I do a lot of watercolor myself. I'm actually working on a watercolor video, a tutorial for the channel. It's going to be another background tutorial, so that should be fun. Yeah, so yeah, that's cool. Patty. Yeah, I am including my budget pencils in there, so I'm including Crayolas. I have, I don't know if the Black Widows are considered budget pencils, but I will be including those in there. Which other ones? I have the Marco Raffines. I will be including those in there. So basically any pencil brand that I have that's a fairly decent set, like a large enough set, I am including in the conversion chart. So I'm not going to include, I have a bunch of single pencils of me like trying out different brands. I'm not going to include those because that doesn't make any sense, but alright. Okay, so we are getting there. Layering and layering. Are we going to do a whole episode on one gear? It looks like it. Oh man. Alright, so now I'm moving up to a new color here. I'm going to try this. This is a different color than what we used in the other tutorial, so this may or may not look great, but we'll try it out and see what happens. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on, bud. Hello. Huh. Ha! 268, this is green gold. He didn't want to be focused. Alright, welcome to the mix, buddy. Alright, so we're going to... Hi, Vicky! Welcome! Alright, so we're going to mix in this green gold in. And I do want to leave a little bit of area for highlight. So I think this area here we're going to leave quite bright. But at the edges I'm going to mix in this color. We're not going to do too much of this here. Like so. But up here we have a little more space. So you can see I'm also just layering over part of the layers under, like overlapping basically. Alright. A blue jay. Awesome, Patty. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it looks great. And guys, remember, it's not the outcome that's the most important part of coloring, but the journey, how you feel when you're coloring. It always relaxes me and puts me at ease. So even if my coloring doesn't turn out the way I hope, I still have a whole lot of fun and just enjoy myself, because I feel like, you know, I'm getting in a nice, relaxing time away from all the hustle and bustle of my life. Just take a moment and enjoy art. That's what's the most important, at least to me. I know a lot of people do really focus on the outcome, but for me it's the process that I love. And to me, if you are enjoying the process and really feeling happy and creative and enjoying the whole flow, then you've won. You're succeeding no matter what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, the outcome is a bonus. That's a nice way of looking at it. And there are things that I don't show, like nobody's perfect. If something doesn't turn out right, that just goes in, if I just close the book and it doesn't get a photo, and I feel no shame about that. You don't have to share everything you do. There's no rule that says that you have to share everything. Let's see. Awesome, Pickle. Yeah. And it is so much fun. I mean, isn't this fun just to sit down with a book and some pencils and just put some color down? I love it. I don't know, I just... Alright, this is really starting to look like brass, guys. What do you think? Here, grab my... What do you think? Does it look like brass? I think it's looking like brass, although maybe we want to add a little more dark tone, so we'll go back over that. So having something handy that you can look at really does help the process, I think, especially if you are not as comfortable with drawing that type of object. That's why I busted them out. So let me actually, I'm going to swap back, seeing my little gear here, the spring. So let's swap back to 177 Walnut Brown. Oh, I thought I had it. Come on. Hey, 177 Walnut Brown. Oh man, it's a struggle. So let's put in a little bit more darkness. Now that we've kind of layered all those brighter colors, let's layer back some darks just to kind of bring this back up and make it match that gear that we just saw a little bit better. Well, that's alright too. There's no right or wrong, Pickle. You can show whatever you feel like showing, I guess is my point. I just know a lot of people feel stress about coloring perfectly because they feel they have to show it. And I'm just trying to make sure people don't feel that way. You don't have to show everything you do, and you don't have to do anything. There's no right or wrong here, so yeah, this is looking a little bit nicer, I think. Just a little bit more of this walnut brown in the center of this dark spot. Kind of makes it shinier looking in contrast. There we go. And then let's I think that's right. I think that looks good. Okay, and now let's swap. We're swapping again because you can see there's no real, there is some white if you look at like the very brightest spots, but there's not as much white in brass as there is in, say, gold. I'm just looking here, checking out my little dude. There we go. You can kind of see there's like a bright shine. This is from the overhead lamps, so it's kind of a funny shape, but there's a bright shine, and then there's some kind of creamy, so that's what I'm going to pick up. So let's see if we can focus this bad boy again. We've got here, oh, that's not the right side. Hello. So, hello. 102 cream is what we're picking up next. And we're going to leave, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the center bit of this white, the white of the paper, but let's work our way up to that. So I'm going to leave, we're going to go to about there and here, and kind of leave that center bit, the pure white of the paper. And by having really dark darks and really bright whites, you give it a sense of being metallic. And we do want it to be a shiny. Remember, the brass piece that I'm looking at for reference here is an older piece that has some patina to it. But this one I want to make it a newer piece of brass. So the less patina, the more highlights you get. So I'm going to leave a little bit of that white as well. And just kind of blending into the edge there. Let's blend some more up here. So what do you guys think? I think that looks fairly brassy. Alright, so we have spent almost a whole hour on a gear. I don't know what to tell you guys. This stuff takes a long time, but I'm not timing myself. Melanie, I'm not sure. Right now I've layered quite a lot and I still haven't hit the limit, I don't think. I still have some tooth to the paper. I think it depends on how much pressure you put down and how much you burnish. Right now I'm not really burnishing a whole lot. I'm just layering and layering until the tooth of the paper is covered, and just sort of letting that color settle down into the valleys, if you will, of the paper. But I'm not burnishing. Yeah, Bo, it's still windy and raining. Oh man, it is coming down. And welcome. Hello. Yep, still kind of a gloomy day. I don't know. Hey Kenny, you're a poly girl. Can you add too many layers? It's a very nice question. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I don't know about you guys, but that looks fairly brassy to me. Feeling pretty good about that. Okay. So now let's move on. So now we've done a brassy bit, and I'm gonna start on, let's see, let's start on doing some, now we kind of have the colors we're using and what the process that we like. So let's start doing some brassy bits in the background. Behind the main elements like the hands and these numbers and stuff, which I want to make silver, these back gears here I want to make brass as well. So I am going to swap back to walnut brown, which is 177, and we're going to just start. Obviously we won't be able to finish because of how slow I am. Yeah, it's dark. Awesome, Kelly. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, Kenny. It seems like this paper is fairly nice actually for layering. I haven't had any trouble yet with it. So that's good. Okay. Awesome info. See, we're all helping each other out here. So let's just kind of layer in some of this dark brown to get us started on the background elements. So I'm gonna go right here. So I'm just working on the shadows. Let's see, should I zoom in even more? I feel like so much detail. All right. So tiny, tiny details. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, the wind is. Sammy's got wind, and she's on the other side of the world. We've got a lot of like fog here today. Actually, it's very atmospheric. Okay. So let's see. We've got some of these dark areas. I feel like since they're behind everything, should just be that dark brown. Alright, so I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm doing here. We've got gears back here. Alright. um oh oh man. Yeah, hopefully everybody is safe. No damage too. Alright, I'm just jumping around a little bit, but that's fine. So at this point here, we're just going to go through and put shadows wherever we feel. So a lot of this is back here. Oh look, there's a playing card. Kerby always puts a playing card. I'll put a little shadow on him. Hello, buddy. Okay. So a lot of this will be very, very dark because it's in shadow, and I have no problem with that. It'll bring a lot of the focus to the foreground elements, but it'll still have an atmosphere of being clockworky back there. But don't be afraid to obscure a lot of the detail and shadows. I think that's totally fine. And let's put some shadow right there. See, I'm thinking of putting the numbers and the clock hands and the outer edges in silver, and then a great deal of the clockworks in brass. I think that'll give it a nice color contrast, and it's fairly accurate for timepieces that are like this. So of course you can do any color metal that you feel like. You could make this entire thing rainbow titanium if you wanted to. There's no right or wrong, but I thought I would give sort of a semi-realistic look to this. Let's see, I'm just checking the chat here. Yeah, Sammy's story. Yeah, it was really windy. Oh, Kenny, you could put it on the calendar. Sounds like a great place for some wind turbines. All right, Kenny. Hello, Carola. Welcome. Awesome, Jody. Well, please feel free to color along with us. Although, Jody, you're going to be like done in like 2 hours, and I'm still going to be coloring like 2 months later. Sorry about how slow I am. I can't really change how I color, but I would love to see what you do though. So just kind of fussing. Yeah, Jody, you could use the rainbow titanium tutorial that we did back in the last year. I don't remember exactly which, but yeah, the link is in the description. So if you're looking for that tutorial, it's over there. Just making sure I don't. This dragonfly is super cool. I was thinking about making him glowing, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna make the lantern over there glow though. What's happening back here? I'm just trying to make sense of it. There's a leaf here. And I believe this is all metal. Well, I'm making it dark. So it's just gonna go back there. Uh-huh. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Bo. Jody, try again. You never know. Oh, Sammy, you have you have this as a whip? Well, yeah, pick it back up and hang out with us. Why not? Let's see. That is, what is this? Is that a? I don't know. I'm coloring it brown. I don't know what it is, but I just colored it brown. Okay. Alright, so we have, I think I've already gone over that spot. So let's move down to this. It's dark. Let's see what's going on here. We've got, this is a flower. So right below it are gears. Is that a flower? I'm gonna guess it's a gear. Sometimes we just have to decide what it is. Yep. Oh, awesome, Kelly. I'm glad that it helps you be more confident. Yeah, it can be intimidating, but what I do is I just take my time. And I don't know why I love detail, but I feel very at home with detail. So yeah, I'm really glad to hear that you're going to try it out. Yeah, there's a... I understand why pages like this are intimidating, but at the same time, you know, it's one of those things where if you just take a minute and kind of, like, I don't know, calm down and don't let yourself get overwhelmed. I get confused often, but you see how I just take a minute and I look at it and I'm like, what's this going on, you know, and then I make a decision. Okay, so now this bit back here is brown. Here's a little birdie. We're finding all the little things. Got this bit here, we're gonna make it brown. So a lot of this gear work in the back here, we're gonna pretty much just make it brown and maybe some other bits of that brass color. Okay, let's move the page up just so we're not off camera. Yeah, this is brown. This is brown. Okay, we've got some gear works going on back there. Oh, this is so much fun, guys. Alright, so we are coming up on an hour. Let me just finish this one little spot, and then we're going to call it a day for today. But if you guys are working on this page without me, what I would do then is just continue on doing this process of picking out the shadows on the rest of the inner workings around the center here. So if you feel like going ahead and doing that without me, feel free. So I know it doesn't look like much that we accomplished, but we established our color palette for the brass gearing, which I think is really fun. And we started working on separating the background out from the foreground on those gears. So I hope that this was fun and not too boring. I'm sorry I'm so slow. This is going to be how it is, unfortunately, with these pencils. So this video might take quite a while. The series might take quite a while to get through, but I'm here with you guys for the long haul. We're going to do every Tuesday morning this page. I think it'll be really fun. Let's see. Yeah, one bite at a time. Yep. Awesome. I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you guys. Thank you to Sammy and Kenny for modding for me. Yeah, so let me do a little shout out before we go. I just love doing this. I like seeing who's here. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad it's easy to follow. Yeah, I try not to make it too complicated, hopefully. So we have Jody and Patty and Sammy, Kenny. Who else is here? We have Corolla. Thanks for popping in. Hello, Vicky. Thank you for coming. And Kelly. Yeah, time does fly, doesn't it? Thanks for coming, Bo. And if you guys haven't seen, Bo and Sammy have done a beautiful version of my latest coloring page. You gotta check them out on Instagram. I am blown away, you guys. I can't stop looking at my phone. It's so cool. Who else is here? We have, I think that might be it for the latest chatters. We have Melanie. Thanks for coming, Melanie. I'm just scrolling back a bit. And we have Robin. Who else is here? That looks like about it for the past bit. Oh, hi, NYCA. And Zeely's here. Thanks for coming. NYCA, what's your name? So I don't have to say that. And thank you for lurking and hanging out with us even though you're at work. Thank you. And Becky, hello. That's okay. You're not late. You can always watch it back. Oh man. see. I'm just waiting for NYCA to let me know. You want me to stay later today, Kenny? I do have a lot of work to do today, unfortunately. Oh, Caroline. Nice to meet you, Caroline, and thanks for coming to the chat. I'm really sorry, Kenny, but hopefully I'll be able... Now, you guys, I do have a live stream already scheduled for Friday. It is the... Let's see if I can pull this up really quick. Oh, I don't know where... I have the... Oh, I don't have it handy. I'm sorry. Vicky is doing a colorathon this Friday and I believe Saturday. So if you go over to Vicky's channel, she's here in the chat. I will be participating in that. So it's the Ancient Cultures colorathon, and I'm going to be doing a Mayan legend. So you can join me on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will schedule it on my channel. Just so you guys can catch that as well. So I'm going to be doing that stream for sure. But I have so many requests on my to-do list of things to do. I mean, it is growing by the day. So I'm going to try and do another video, either a video or a live stream this week, but we'll see if work allows that. My work schedule is kind of out of hand, so we'll see what we can do. Oh, good morning, Tammy. We are unfortunately just wrapping up here, but thanks for popping in. Oh, thank you, Bridget. I love hanging out with you guys. All right. Well, as Sammy says, love you and leave you. I'm gonna take off. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will pick this up again next Tuesday, same time, same place. Awesome, Becky. I'll see you there. And yeah, just go to Vicky's channel. Yeah, I do, Zelie. It's actually a drawing that I did from my book. So it is, I can grab that really quick before we go. So, show you. Alright. I have had so many people ask me to do this page, and it is actually, this page here I drew, and it's based on the Mayan legend of the sun and the moon. And so there's a love story involved, and I'll go more into detail about that on Friday. But she is actually the moon, and the hummingbird is actually the sun who is transformed and is trying to court her and make her fall in love. So this page I drew a long time ago. This is in my book, the Circle Portraits book. And yeah, I have a whole section in my book of myths and legends. So this is Bridget from the Celtic myths. This is Athena from the Greek myths. Oh, we're going the wrong direction now. We have, this is, I believe this is Qin Liang, I think is how you say it, from the Chinese legends. This is the Norse god Baldur. We have the Hawaiian goddess of snow. And then, of course, we have Mother Earth, who's prevalent in a lot of different legends. So in my book, I have a lot of different myths and legends, and I thought it would be a really fun thing. This is a page that has been requested several times from my followers, so I thought I would just go ahead and do that since it's kind of appropriate for the event. So that's what we're going to be doing, and I will make that another. I'm starting so many different stream series, but I will make that a series, so I'll finish that on camera for you guys. Vicky, let me see if I can pull up. Let's see here. Where is Vicky's channel? I think she's already left. I'm just scrolling to try and find it. Vicky, where are you? Here she is. Oh, I can't do it from the screen. Hold on. Alright, so Vicky's channel, let me just find the... Let's see if she has a announcement out yet. I don't think so. This is Vicky's channel right here. Oh, there you go. Thank you. You're here. Vicky, yeah, so Vicky, that's Vicky's channel, and she's the one running the Ancient Cultures Colorathon. And yeah, she's going to be streaming. There's a bunch of us streaming. So let me see if I can, excuse me, pardon me while I find the link. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking in my Instagram because Vicky did send me a link to the schedule, but I thought I had saved it and I didn't. Hold on. My bad. Not prepared. Okay, Vicky, where are you? Searching for Vicky. Here you are. Here it is. Let me copy that and email it to myself. One moment, please. Hang tight, guys, and we'll get to the schedule. Because I don't think Sammy has it. Let's see here. So we will, get you the schedule. Here it is. Woohoo! Alright. Success. So here is the schedule. Woohoo! For the Ancient Cultures giveaway. I mean, not giveaway, colorathon. So yeah, Vicky is going to be doing her bit on Friday as well, and then I'm right after. And then we have Belinda on Saturday. We have Isabel and Sammy and Emily and Coloring F. They're all on Saturday. And then I believe that's it. Is that right? No Sunday. So that's next weekend. So the 14th and the 15th. So I will be streaming on Valentine's Day, but I can't stream all day because I'm going to hang out with Mark as well. Let's see. Oh, hi Shannon. I didn't see you pop in. Hello. All right. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to wrap this up here, but yeah, so join me on Friday along with Vicky, and then check out all the girls on Saturday as well. It's going to be a really fun time and more relaxed and chill, I hope, than the February, which was madness. So we should have a nice time though. Alright. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful, magical time coloring. Bye.